What's up, everyone? It's Books and Looks TV. Today, I want to talk about how colorism, misogynoir, and gender expectations shape the public's reaction to Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson's relationship. So, do you remember Klay's ex? Have you seen the movie? It was a 90s movie. The dark-skinned girl in that movie, she was beautiful, she was confident, popular, and she was a hot girl. But when she chose this quiet, nerdy guy, people like her classmates, etc., treated it like a joke. Like it didn't make sense. And even in the 90s, media was teaching us which couples were believable and which weren't. Scholars studying media representation and colorism note that darker-skinned women are often penalized for visibility, agency, or sexual expression, while lighter-skinned men face different forms of critique. I know some of y'all gonna say, Megan Thee Stallion is not dark-skinned. I'm just comparing complexions. When we think about how she is paired with Klay Thompson, who is obviously lighter than her, he's a light-skinned biracial, and how Megan Thee Stallion is a Black woman. So society loves to simplify people into categories. Light-skinned biracial men are often labeled as soft or overly gentle, while brown-skinned curvy women are labeled as impure or unworthy. But of course, that's not true. Not every biracial man is soft, and not every curvy Black woman is impure. And yet these rejections and expectations have been normalized, shaping how people are viewed, especially when it comes to love, relationships, and respect. And this pattern is alive and well today with Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. Let's go over to Meg and what has projected her into this colorist trope or just demonize her as a Black woman. Megan is a curvy, outspoken Black woman rapper who embraces her sexuality unapologetically. She's confident, successful, wealthy, visible, and talented. And yet, people project all kinds of stereotypes onto her. They call her impure, to say the least. They say she doesn't deserve Klay. They claim the relationship is fake or a publicity stunt. This is misogynoir, a term coined by Professor Moya Bailey to describe the unique sexism directed at Black women intertwined with anti-Blackness. Some critics rely on respectability politics, judging Meg's choices based on old-fashioned ideas of how a proper Black woman should behave. Her sexuality, success, and confidence became evidence that she's underserving to some, even though she's thriving. Klay Thompson is biracial, calm, and private overall. He plays one of the most physically aggressive sports in the United States, yet his masculinity has been publicly questioned. People call him soft. They say he's weak or distracted, and interestingly, he didn't face this scrutiny until he became publicly linked to Megan.
We ain't talking about Klay Thompson. Y'all steady trying to get him a pass. I ain't never seen Klay not shoot it like this. And for him to say I'm out of my prime, come on, Klay, come on.
He said that?
Yeah.
How many?
Yeah, he's got a beautiful, speaking of BBL.
Yeah.
I'm from West Virginia, man. I've been taught a lot by some old folks, old white folks. It only takes one pussy to drag a battleship across the desert. That's how powerful it is. So
most wars
it got something to, you know what I'm saying? Klay Thompson, I ain't saying that's what it is, but that might be what it is.
Connell's work on hegemonic masculinity explains why Klay's calm, supportive demeanor gets labeled soft, even though it reflects emotional intelligence, stability, and respect for his partner. Society still values men primarily for aggression, dominance, and emotional distance. And Klay doesn't perform that stereotype, how the general society or a lot of onlookers expect him to outside of sports. And one person I'm going to talk about is Ja Morant. He purposely taunted him on the court. And I know in sports people do that. And I just thought it was interesting how he kind of went Klay during this time he's with Megan. And I could be reaching, but I just want to talk about them and how the public perceives them. Both Klay and Ja Morant grew up in two-parent households, yet they present themselves very differently in public. Klay's calm, supportive style reflects emotional stability and confidence without needing to assert dominance constantly. Ja leans into a more performative, aggressive style, which a lot of people have called him out for. Yet he continues to trash talk and publicly assert this dominance. And it's okay to be someone who presents themselves in a matter where they like to have tattoos or grills, etc. But I think Ja is confused on how to navigate into this world of whiteness controlled by an billionaire industry while still wanting to connect to people who look like him. It's also worth noting that Ja Morant is married to a non-Black woman, whereas Klay is with Megan, a high-profile Black woman. The contrast is a bit telling. Klay's masculinity is scrutinized in ways that Ja Morant's isn't. Public judgment of masculinity is not universal. It's shaped by race, partner, and societal expectations. And sometimes I mention to like my viewers and people I know in like real life, do you think Barack Obama would have had the same success if he, or the same support by Black people if he wasn't married to Michelle Obama? And that could be a whole nother conversation for another day. So if you've been watching the way this story is talked about in sports media, you can see how gendered and disrespectful some of these narratives have become. Society penalizes men for being emotionally supportive, especially with strong Black women, but rewards the ones who act aggressively towards Black women. Another thing that surfaced in like this demonizing of Meg Thee Stallion is how Black Southern culture itself is basically demonized. When Meg shared a video of Klay enjoying her homemade fried catfish and spaghetti, a classic Southern comfort meal, some people online reached like it was weird or even demonic. They joked about it like it was some kind of voodoo or bad luck, and DJ academics even called Megan bad juju, suggesting men she's linked to have misfortune, including Klay. When I think about how like fried fish and spaghetti is so integral to like Memphis culture, you could say Southern culture obviously because Megan from Texas, but how we like have fish and spaghetti and people argue with us all day, like who not from Memphis, that they don't go together because there's two entrees, fine. It's just so much lingering around hoodoo and voodoo and how women can tie you to spaghetti. And it's just kind of saying like, oh, if she didn't do a spell, this man would not be in love with her. It's just really anti-Black to me. And I do think that this reflects this broader pattern where Black women's cultural practice are often mocked online rather than celebrated. Food traditions and expressions of Black joy gets racialized and turned into something negative simply because of anti-Black bias or just not liking a certain person. This ties right back into the same misogynoir and respectability politics dynamics that underpin criticism of Megan and her relationship with Klay. People constantly tell Black women to choose better, to avoid men who might hurt them. But when Meg chooses a stable, respectful, and successful partner, her past is still weaponized against her. Her lyrics, her dating history, even her sexuality become evidence that she's undeserving. Meanwhile, Klay's gentleness, his calm support, and emotional availability is framed as weakness. That's a double standard rooted in misogynoir and hegemonic masculinity, showing how society unfairly judges Black women and men that don't perform their expected roles. Even when two men grow up with similar advantages like Klay and Ja Morant, how they navigate public expectations and partner dynamics affects how society interprets their masculinity. And when one of those men is in a relationship with a strong, visible Black woman, that scrutiny intensifies. So now I'm gonna play some public opinion and then I'm going to conclude.
Now I gotta say, if didn't nobody know who Klay Thompson was, they do now because of Megan Thee Stallion. I have never seen so many men so critical of a man being a man's man and showing another woman love. I don't know what's going on. If I had to second guess this, I'd say it was one of the two things. Either those men want to be with Klay Thompson, or they are upset because every night, not every night, but majority of the time, he lay down next to Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? She is very beautiful, gorgeous, nice, everything. She's a perfect 10 in my eyesight, and most women will agree who ain't hating on the lady. So it's one of two things. Are these men upset because they want to be with Klay Thompson, or are they upset because Klay Thompson got Megan Thee Stallion? Because it ain't just average men, it's on the celebrity side too. I have never, just like I said, if you didn't know who Klay Thompson was, you do now because of the beautiful Megan Thee Stallion. People cannot stand to see men treating women as such. And it's sad. He's setting the example. You should be commending him or whatever. He's actually happy, and she is too, and the world cannot stand it. This man is on here saying that Klay had no business apologizing for being late when everybody was talking about that Toyota he was driving. How dare you? That's respect. That's common courtesy, because if she had been picking him up and she was a few minutes late, I'm quite sure she would have justified it and been apologetic the same way he was toward her. That's respect. There's nothing wrong with that. But you men, You men got a problem and say he shouldn't have said that he was sorry. He shouldn't apologize for being late when he should have been on time. I don't know. Something. What y'all think? What's going on for real? Just what's going on?
What's funny about this whole Klay Thompson situation, apologizing to Megan Thee Stallion at the airport, and the men crashing out about it, is that women will tell you exactly what they want in a relationship, and then a man. And not even subtly, they'll tell you straight up. They're giving you the answers to the test. But men are way more concerned with impressing their homeboys and getting validation from other men than they are with doing exactly what women want. And it's no secret. And then men are wondering why women are calling them DL. Because you don't want that woman. You want that clout from your friends, from your buddies, from other men in your lives. You don't want that woman.
Right. Imagine never being him on the team. You were never him on the team. Teams, when they was doing their scouting reports, or like they doing the team footage, film and stuff like that, they never was like, oh, we gotta make sure we pay attention to him. We gotta lock him down. They was just like, that's such and such. Next, right? Pat. I don't even remember the other dude name that used to play for the Kings. He was never like that himself, but he swore up and down he's like that. You played with a little seasoning, but you was never him. People in the comments, oh, Klay is simp. He fell off because he been dating her. Oh, she ran through. Y'all sound weird as hell. Y'all hating on a woman. I seen somebody say, oh, she a liar. Tory Lane's a liar. The best friend a liar. So if we're going to call a spade, we got to call everybody a spade on this. So we can't be sitting here picking and choosing because you meat riding Tory. Free Tory. Man, he made his decision. Right? But for y'all to get on here and try to bash this woman, and then y'all try to come at the man that's with her because he feels a certain type of way about her. If you want to be married one day, some of y'all don't, but the ones that want to be married someday, there's this thing called they actually love the person that they with. If it don't work out, it don't work out. Pick up the pieces and move. But y'all so weird. Y'all don't even understand it.
I'm still pissed Klay Thompson apologized for being late to picking up Megan Thee Stallion from the airport. This nigga was, oh, shucks, babe. Oh, shucks, babe. I'm sorry for being late. Nah, they want you to be soft like that.
Years ago, a lady said to me, men don't actually like women. I said, huh? She said, men, specifically straight men, don't actually like women. I said, what do you mean exactly? She said, they like the benefits of being with women, yes. And not even just the sexual parts of it. They like the benefits that they get from society, that they get from their homies, depending on how she look. They also like the benefits that they get around the house if they are living together. But actually liking women as human beings, no, they don't. Year after year, since she told me that, y'all have shown me that she was right. Because what do you mean you wouldn't apologize if you was late picking up your lady from the airport? What do you mean you wouldn't apologize for being late to the lady that you're with, the lady that you like, the lady that you love? What do you mean they want us soft like that? Apologizing to the lady in whom you are in a relationship or marriage with, that's soft? Even if it is soft. You niggas ain't soft with the ladies that you're with? What are we doing? What are y'all niggas doing? Slapboxing? There's no way that you are that afraid of being called a simp. But also, there was this.
We lost him, y'all. We lost him. She got him whipped right around her finger.
What do you mean we? Who is we? And lost him how? Lost him to what? His girlfriend? Lost him from what? What? Oh. All right, look. There comes a time when you like someone, right? And you really want them to like you as much as you like them. You want to share your life in some way with them. You envision this future with them. And that's okay. That's understandable. But Klay Thompson was never going to choose you, bro. It's okay. Hey, it's okay. He was never going to choose you. In the meantime, y'all be good.
Somebody tweeted this saying that they don't like the way that Megan Thee Stallion looks with Klay Thompson because she's a baddie and he's a handsome square. And I just want to say that y'all be sleeping on us handsome squares. And that's the problem. I promise, you come over to this side, you gonna love it here. Look at how this man looks at her. Like he ain't never seen anything this beautiful in the world. Look how this man allows her to be the center of attention. As he should. Okay, she done tried it with the rappers and the hood guys and all that. Okay, and we see where that landed her. Now, very happy. Very demure, very, very much in love. And by the way, if you want to argue with me about this, make sure you lock into the Group Chat is Live podcast, because that's where we're going to be doing it back and forth. But yeah, look at her. Y'all need to stop sleeping on us handsome squares. Okay, because time is about to run out and price is about to go up. Okay, so if you want this glow that Megan Thee Stallion got going on, looking like she the happiest woman in the world, get you a handsome square now.
The problem is the message got lost in the nonsense. The message they was trying to say is Klay shooting 28% from three. On his career, he shoots 41%. Klay shooting 32% from the field. On his career, he shoots 45%. Klay averaging 8 points this season. On his career, he averaged 19 points this season. Yeah. Klay coming off the bench. On his career, Klay don't come off the bench. He's known as Game 6 Klay. Yeah. He was a splash brother. Now I think they're trying to get to why is Klay playing so bad? Not only is he playing a much more limited role, Klay's playing incredibly terrible, and they're like, maybe Meg Thee Stallion has something to do with it. Now, correlation and causation are two very different things. Sure, is there a correlation that Klay's performance has statistically declined drastically since he's been dating Meg? Sure. Is that the causation? I don't think so, but there is absolutely a correlation. You're a Mavericks fan. You know Klay Thompson isn't even a factor at all.
First of all, the real issue isn't Meg or Klay. It's us, the society that struggles to see Black women as deserving of love or Black men as allowed to be emotionally grounded. Lauryn Hill said it best. We judge ourselves by our intentions and others by their actions. Meg isn't judged by her growth, she's judged by her past. Klay isn't judged by his character, he's judged by his appearance, demeanor, and who he loves. Even when the couple is successful, young, and thriving, they are scrutinized because their relationship doesn't fit the mold. This backlash isn't random. Together, it shows how society struggles to accept healthy love that doesn't fit in narrow expectations.